before we get into sort of how you got this idea and how you've grown the business and kind of the ups and downs you've been through so far, let's just talk about what WeMontage is.
So WeMontage.com is the world's only website that lets you take your digital images, create a large custom collage, and we will print and ship it to you on removable wallpaper.
How long have you been in business?
I completed an accelerator in 2013, April 2013, so 4 years.
Okay.
So yeah, so this was, it was heavy tech and a lot of custom software, and I don't know how to write a line of code. I mean, who does that?
So you don't have to, is your point.
Well, I cleaned out my savings, and we had a beta version of the website built, and I got champagne taste on a PBR tall boy budget, right? So I wanted it really good and really inexpensive, which meant it was going to take a long time. So instead of taking 3 months to complete the beta, it took a year.
Yeah.
And financially, I was not prepared for that.
Now, when you were building out that year and you were building out the site and all of that, were you kind of interacting with potential users and getting feedback? Or
yeah, so we put up a splash page and there was tons of interest, which was great because when I went to go pitch to get into Accelerator, I went to Accelerator up in Northeast Wisconsin. I actually went to the Madison cohort. It's called Generator.
Mm-hmm.
That was one thing I could point to is like, hey, there's a lot of interest in what we're doing. Like, look at all these people already signed up to use the product or service. Now, of course, once you actually launch, what people say, what they do, that's something totally different. Like the dog wouldn't eat the food.
Right. Just because he was sniffing around doesn't mean he's actually going to dig in.
No,
yeah.
Exactly. One of the great things about accelerators is they give you the credibility with the investor community because, without that, man, I was trying so hard to pitch and reach out to investors and it's just crickets, right? They don't know you, And so I had the credibility and we did like a little tour. And I remember like right before I was going on stage to pitch to a room full of people for demo day, I got a call from an investor group that I pitched previously. And he was like, yo, we're going to fill your whole $250,000 round.
Whoa.
And I just dropped on my knees.
I was going to say, did you weep? Because I might have cried.
I dropped on my knees and I just like, thank you, God.
So you did obviously have some very good success with this, not just in terms of product sales and what the product is and interest and all that, but you've been covered on national TV a number of times. How did you make all that happen?
So that's a great question. So we've been on the Today Show 3 times, DIY Network, Martha Stewart's blog called it a core item, all homeowners should know. Good Morning America, Money Magazine. I was on CNBC's version of Shark Tank.
So who'd you sleep with? No, I'm just kidding.
So no, that's a great question though. So that's a great question though. So I think a lot of founders, they really desperately need PR for their business to get out there, right?
Everybody's like, I want to have that guy's secret sauce.
I will tell you, you can do it. Like you don't need to pay an agency. So here's my 3 best tips. Like, got a pen? Write it down. Tip number 1 is like build your community before you need it.
Okay.
Right? Like get in some Facebook groups, get in some LinkedIn groups, build relationships, add value when you can.
Yep.
Right? So that when you need something, people are keen to help you.
Yeah.
Tip number 1. Tip number 2, learn how to send cold emails. People communicate asynchronously.
Yeah.
Right? Don't call them on the phone because they ain't going to answer and they ain't going to call you back. So don't waste your breath leaving a voicemail.
Yeah.
Right? Learn how to send cold emails. That's how we got featured on CNET.com. That guy, Rick Boyd, he wrote an article, how the 5 mistakes people make when they're pitching them. So I read this article and I send them this long email. And at the end of it, I was like, by the way, I read your article. Hopefully I didn't screw it up. And in 5 minutes, he got back to me like, this is awesome. You nailed it. And he was on CNET and we got like $9,000 in sales from that.
I got chills.
And finally, use services like justreachout.io. Like if it's a specific topic you want to find out who's writing about it, go on justreachout.io, put in your subject. It will tell you who's writing about what. Then it will give you the contact information for the writer. And you get pitched all the time. How many of these pitches are really crappy, right?
Oh, 90%.
They're so crappy. Yeah. Learn how to send a cold email. Learn how to pitch.
Yeah,
right?
And by the way, keep it brief.
Yeah, keep a couple of sentences.
Right.
Nobody cares about the life story.
And don't give me a couple sentences and no link.
Right. Hey, put a link. You better know what the person does that you're pitching. Make it relevant.
Yeah.
Right. Just short,
100%.
sweet, right between the eyes. Those 3 tips, that's like $100,000 worth of advice right there.
I love that. Well, also to that end, you have a book out too.
Yes.
With lots of tips.
Well, yeah. My book's called The More You Hustle, The Luckier You Get. You can be a successful parentpreneur. And so the book is generally for entrepreneurs, but specifically for people who are parents and entrepreneurs, right? Because if you're a parent, that's hard. Being an entrepreneur is crazy.
Yeah.
A parentpreneur combined, that's like next level crazy. Yeah. And I'm just here to say like, yo, you're a parentpreneur. I see you. I feel you.
You can do it.
I got you.
Yeah.
You can do it.